My name is Daniela. What I am about to share with you is, I was once an agent of darkness, recruited into witchcraft and occult practices right in New York City. For years, my assignments were to target pastors, churches, and anyone that threatened the kingdom of darkness. And tonight, I want to tell you how I was sent on one of the most dangerous missions of my life to destroy John Ramirez. Before I continue this confession, welcome to Whispers Beyond the Veil. If you are new here, please hit that subscribe button, turn on notifications, and join us as we expose the hidden works of darkness. What you are about to hear is not a story, it is a spiritual reality. I grew up in the Bronx, New York, in the late 1980s. Life was tough, the streets were rough, and I was looking for a way out of poverty. One evening around 1993, I was approached by an older Puerto Rican man who claimed he could help me. He was dressed sharp, smelled of strong cologne, and told me, "If you want power, come with me." That night, he introduced me to a group that met in a dark apartment in Hunts Point. Candles everywhere, a gold skull in the center, and chants in Spanish that I did not understand. It was my initiation into Santeria mixed with witchcraft. From that day, I was marked. I signed a blood covenant, and my life was no longer mine. For the next years, I was trained. Astral projection, invoking demons, summoning spirits, laying curses, bearing sacrifices at crossroads. My job was clear: attack churches, seduce pastors, plan curses in neighborhoods, and block prayers. First assignment against John Ramirez. Late 1990s. In 1997, I first heard the name John Ramirez. He had just left the Satanic world and was preaching boldly in New York. Our coven was angry. How could someone who once walked so deep in the occult now expose us? They called a meeting in a basement apartment on Southern Boulevard. The high priestess looked at me and said, "Your next target is John. He betrayed us. He knows too much. Stop him before he grows." That night, I projected my spirit. I left my body around 2:45 a.m. and flew straight to his apartment in the Bronx. I saw him on his knees praying in tongues. Fire surrounded his room like a wall. Every time I tried to enter, it felt like my body was burning. I came back frustrated. My first assignment failed. Second assignment, the car accident, early 2000. In 2002, another assignment came. John had begun ministering in churches across New York. The kingdom of darkness wanted his voice silenced. We were instructed to stage a fatal accident. I was part of the spiritual reinforcement. We enchanted the streets, calling on spirits of death to position themselves. The plan was to cause his car to spin out of control on the Cross Bronx Expressway. But when the night came, something strange happened. Instead of his car losing control, another vehicle crashed violently while his car passed unharmed. I watched in anger as paramedics pulled bodies out while John drove past untouched. The spirits of death refused to touch him. It was as if an unseen hand covered him. Third assignment, seduction and distraction, mid-2000s. When we failed physically, we tried spiritually. Around 2006, I was told to infiltrate his meetings. I disguised myself as a young believer, wearing a church dress, carrying a Bible. The plan was to get close to him, seduce him, and destroy his testimony. I attended a revival meeting in Brooklyn. John was preaching theory about Jesus breaking chains. When I walked to the altar pretending to cry, he suddenly stopped mid-sermon, pointed at me and said, "The blood of Jesus is against every spirit of distraction." I felt as if fire fell on me. I collapsed, screaming, right there in front of everyone. I ran out before anyone could follow me. My mission failed again. Fourth assignment, witchcraft ritual in Central Park, 2010. In 2010, we escalated. A coven of 13 gathered in Central Park at midnight. We drew circles, poured animal blood, and called on high-ranking demons. Our target, silenced John Ramirez. We invoked the spirit of death, commanded it to choke his breath. But at the same time, John was on a rooftop in the Bronx, leading midnight prayers with young Christians. Every word he prayed felt like thunder striking our circle. Candles went out by themselves. The demon we invoked never appeared. Instead, a bright light filled the park. Some witches screamed and fled. That night, our entire coven was scattered. Fifth assignment, contract in Queens, 2015. The last major attempt came in 2015. By now, John was traveling across the U.S., writing books and exposing the devil on TV. The order came directly from a higher occult council. They told me, "This is your last chance, bring his head." We performed a ritual in a basement in Queens. I was given a spiritual dagger, empowered for assassination in the astral realm. The plan was to pierce his spirit during sleep. I projected that night and rushed into his hotel room where he was staying for a conference. As I lifted the dagger, I saw a huge warrior angel standing by his bed. The angel looked at me with burning eyes, drew a sword and said, "Touch not my anointed." I screamed in terror and fled. From that night, I knew John Ramirez was untouchable. After so many attempts failed, I began questioning my allegiance. If one man under Jesus could defeat all our rituals, then maybe the power of Christ was greater. Some of you listening right now, you are in bondage. Maybe you have been threatened. If you leave, you will die. Maybe you have been told, if you try to escape, something terrible will happen. I was told the same thing. Many in the occult are told the same, but listen to me, the devil is a liar. John Ramirez is alive today because Jesus saves, and I am free today because Jesus has the power to deliver. Are you in bondage of the enemy? Have you made any transaction with the devil? Come to Jesus now. Run to him. Only he can break the chains. The devil destroys, but Christ gives life. Thank you for listening to this confession here on Whispers Beyond the Veil. If this story has opened your eyes, don't keep it to yourself. Share this video. Leave a comment and subscribe for more real confessions that expose the works of darkness. Remember, the devil is a liar, but Jesus saves.